In this video, we'll be discussing about phenylketonuria, which is a metabolic disorder. It's due to inborn error in metabolism, where body is unable to break down amino acid phenylalanine, which leads to accumulation of phenylalanine in blood. And these elevated abnormal levels of phenylalanine in blood targets the brain and damages it. Now, first of all, let's see the normal mechanism in detail. Here we have a phenylalanine amino acid in presence of oxygen, NADH and tetrahydrobiopterin. It's acted upon by phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme and converts this phenylalanine into tyrosine. Along with that, we get water and NAD+. In the next step, this tyrosine molecule is acted upon by tyrosine hydroxylase enzyme in presence of tetrahydrobiopterin and oxygen and converts this tyrosine into dopa. Then this dopa is acted upon by dopa decarboxylase enzyme and we get the dopamine shown in the diagram. Now on this dopamine, the dopa beta hydroxylase acts and converts it into norepinephrine. And in the last step, we see phenylethanolamine and methyltransferase enzyme acts on norepinephrine in presence of S-adenosyl methionine and converts it into epinephrine. So we see this is the basic normal metabolism of phenylalanine amino acid. But when we have the PAH gene mutation, that time phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme ceases to exist, which means phenylalanine will not be converted to tyrosine and we will be devoid of any further reactions. So we can say there will be absence of tyrosine, dopa, dopamine, norepinephrine or epinephrine. So all the enzymes ceases to exist here. And the final outcome of this mutation is accumulation of phenylalanine. That means phenylalanine levels shoot up in the blood and dopamine, epinephrine and norepinephrine comes down. First we see the elevated levels of phenylalanine leads to accumulation and this phenylalanine is also converted to phenylketones, which is harmful for brain when levels are high. All these factors, that is phenylalanine up and other hormones levels down, can adversely affect the brain, which ultimately leads to abnormal development of brain. Here we can see the elevated levels of phenylalanine in blood. This phenylalanine can cross blood-brain barrier since it's able to utilize the L-type amino acid transporter, that's LAT1, which other amino acids also use like leucine, glutamine. So when we have the elevated levels of phenylalanine in blood, it competes with other amino acids to cross the blood-brain barrier. And with this we get the increased levels of phenylalanine in brain, which damages the brain eventually. Now let's see how PAH gene mutation occurs. The PAH gene is located on long arm of chromosome number 12 at 12q23.2. It has 13 exons and 12 introns, which encodes monomer of 452 amino acids. Now talking about the mutation of PAH gene, it has got diversity of mutations, of which one is R413P mutation, which includes G to C transition. Here we have a normal sequence CGC at 413 position, running from 5' to 3' direction. This CGC codes for arginine. Now in case of mutation, G is getting replaced by C and we get the CCC, which then codes for proline, thereby changing the whole sequence here. That leads to mutation. Now moving towards the genetics of phenylketonuria. On the left we have an unaffected carrier father with capital R and small r alleles. And on the right we have an unaffected carrier mother with capital R and small r alleles. Here in this diagram these form as the separate alleles. Now upon cross we get the capital R individual, second is capital R individual, third one is capital R small r and fourth one is small r. The first one is homozygous dominant, second and third one are heterozygous dominant and fourth one is homozygous recessive. So we see the first one is unaffected, second and third ones are carriers like their parents, and fourth one is affected since both the alleles are recessive in nature. So this is the whole genetics of phenylketonuria along with the phenylketonuria metabolism. I hope you like the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Do consider supporting my work on Patreon or YouTube and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.